Hey everybody, Reefgrrl here and welcome to my channel. This is the Seachem AquaVitro Division 500 protein skimmer. I decided to use this on my new build. Right now I'm waiting for my display tank to arrive, but in the meantime the sump in the basement is up and running, and because it's holding my reef, I need a skimmer. After using this skimmer for a couple of months now, I have to say I like most things about it. There is one thing though that I really do not like, and in this video I'll show you what I did to change it to make it work better for me. So what's the problem? It is this sock. It's apparently supposed to act as a bubble trap and somewhat of a silencer. This is super noisy. Indeed it is, and although it stops microbubbles, the sock gets extremely dirty, especially at the water level. You can see there that it's collecting something. I don't know whether that's coming off the surface of the water and gathering, or if it's coming down the spillway from the skimmer body. The other thing is, it puffs up with air, and it stretches. At one point I tried to tie a knot in it, and it got drawn down into the pump. Kind of worried me. Here it is from a different angle. I know I don't have it properly adjusted because the spillway is overflowing, but this kind of shows you how it operates. There's a lot of turbulence in that spot, and you can see how dirty it's getting. I think I can do better. Before I show you what I came up with, let's take a look at why it's not a good idea to run this thing without the sock. Look at the salt creep. That's from the splashing. Yeah. It's bad. At the beginning, I used the sock, and here's what it looked like after washing and drying after a few weeks' use. I can't get this thing clean, and that's a problem for me, always has been with filter socks. So I decided to do something about it. After spending many hours looking and looking and looking, I finally found something I thought might work. This little basket is used for hydroponics, and what I like about it is that it's perforated everywhere. Those two little hooks should allow it to hang on top of the spillway so that it stays where I put it. The only thing is it's a little short. I'm concerned it's not going to get close enough to the water level, but I have an idea for that. So first off, I'm going to have to cut out a piece of this upper edge because it's too high, and when it's resting in the hole for the spillway, the water hits it and doesn't go over it. Because the filter sock got so dirty, I realized it was possible that detritus was coming out of the skimmer body and down the spillway. So I'm taking this opportunity to add a little bit of mechanical filtration. If there is detritus coming out of the skimmer body, I might as well get it out of the water. Extending the overall length of this thing should be easy using these Thermometer suction cups. Those little rings are flexible. Okay, let's go see if it actually works. Okay, so here it is, tucked in the opening. Now it turns out these don't actually hang, but you know what? It's in there. It's not going to go anywhere. Now it's going to be awkward to get the bottom on, so I'm not going to be able to film that, but I'll show you after I've got it all fastened. Okay, so you can see how it's hooked right in there. And it's suspended from that, and then the same on the other side. There it is. There's the water. So what do you notice right away? Immediately, it is not making any noise. Looks like the water's going down there through the filter floss. Okay, so It's actually quite easy to install, and I'm going to let it run overnight. I'm impressed with how dead quiet it is, actually. So the very first thing I notice is how quiet this is. And man, that's a difference from what it used to be. Let's take a look. Okay. I do notice that the water is running over the outside of it. That's kind of a surprise, but not really, because I know how dense filter floss can get. I might change the type of filter pad I put in there. I included this little fail just in case anyone decides to do this and decides to use filter floss. Stuff really bogs down, and the water has a hard time traveling through it. So I did swap it out and use something different. Let me show you. This type of filter pad is from Seapora. I buy it on Amazon. There'll be links in the description to all of this stuff, just in case anyone is interested in giving this project a try. And here's the revised version installed. I've turned on the skimmer, and let's see how the water flows through this. That does look like it's flowing better, but I'll leave it overnight and check again in the morning. This little sponge insert came with the sock, so I might as well use it. Now let's take a look at this filter floss. It only ran overnight, but it did catch some crud. I guess it's just another little way of doing some extra mechanical filtration. Better out than in. Okay, so after overnight, you can see there's no water spilling over the edge of the spillway. That's good. Take the sponge out, and the water's free flowing right through there. I solved my problem by putting together a bunch of bits and pieces I found on Amazon. The whole thing is pretty jankety, but it works. So, Seachem, I'm challenging you. I think you can do better than this. That skimmer sock is awful. Given the proliferation of 3D printers these days, I think you can come up with something much more elegant and well-designed than what I have thrown together here. After running for 48 hours, here's what the filter pads look like. This is the one that was at the top. The dark edge was facing the water. The other one is the bottom one, and it's collected a fair amount of crud. And because they're sitting above the water and not submerged, I can leave them for a pretty long time before I have to change them. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, why not give it a thumbs up? Stay safe, everybody.